Hello, everybody. Welcome to what promises to be a rather challenging live stream for me. Actually, this is the first of these Amazon live streams that I have done with my full studio hookup. So I'm hoping this is all going to work out well. My name is Mike Wendland. And if you are brand new to who the heck we are RV Lifestyle. We are a blog and a podcast and a big YouTube channel. And we're over here on Amazon Live now to talk about winter camping. And I'm using some software that I've never used before that I'm hoping will allow me to show full screens of all the products I'm going to feature. And just as I went on and did a little rehearsal with it, they kept opening up in new tabs and it might get a little confusing, but I hope you guys will bear with me. We'll figure it all out. First of all, I want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat. I've seen some messages from different things because we're also simulcasting this on our YouTube RV Lifestyle channel as well. But this is Amazon Live, and we would love you guys to be a part of that. I want to thank La Katrina Grande, who started following us already. I see Simone says good afternoon, and Mark Redder. Mark wants to know how my bride is, who normally sits right here, and that's Jennifer. And Jennifer is not here today because she's still recovering from a surgical procedure that she had last week. I have to back up a little bit here on the microphone or on the camera. So thank you, Mark, for your comments, and thank everybody else for coming on. Chris Cowley is here, H&M Life, Gilles Baghdad, and Carol Hahn. Thank you guys all for being here. So here's how this works. If you've followed a lot of Amazon Live before, you know I'm going to show you some of the products that we use, and all the products I'm going to show you we have, and we've bought all of them. We use them ourselves, and we're going to talk about winter camping. So I'm hoping that will all come about pretty good. So let me just start by telling you with winter camping that we have been doing this for 12 years. A lot of RVers think that you can't go out and use your RV in the wintertime. And the fact of the matter is you certainly can. And we want to give you an idea of how often we use it. We camp all year round, all 12 months of the year. We live in Michigan. We do camping in the snow. And of course, like a lot of people, we are also snowbirds because we'll go down to Florida come the middle of January for a while for the Tampa RV show. But we want you to know that we camp in cold weather. And I want to share some of the products that we have that we use. I brought some with me here in the studio. Others I'll just show you to make it a little bit more comfortable. And I'm assuming a couple of things here. Let's talk about winterization. That's an important part of it, of course. Your RV's in really cold weather. If you don't have heated plumbing systems, in other words, if your plumbing system isn't run underneath, in a contained area where heat is in there, you're going to have antifreeze in your system. So the only caveat to RVing and camping, if you're in an RV, is unless you are sure that your plumbing system is heated and it's not freezing, you're not going to be able to use fresh water. But for that aside, that's a whole other discussion. I'm going to assume that you all know that, and we're going to talk about how to stay a little bit warmer. First thing, of course, you're going to run your RV heater. It's going to be on as you're there. And as you run your heater, you're going to find that you can do that. You see, I got a bunch of products here, and we're going to try and switch all these switches and make them all work. But as you use your RV heater, it will do a pretty good job. You set it for 70 degrees, and more than likely it will keep it close to that. But when it's really cold, it can cause that heater to work a little bit. So the first product that I want to talk about today is a product, and this is where it's going to get tough. See if I can pull this thing off, is called Reflectix. And Reflectix, if I can bring this up, is a roll of like bubble wrap. If you see that bubble wrap, you know what Reflectix is. And it does a really neat job of keeping your windows cool. or keeping the cold out and letting the heat stay in. Now you can see this is the product that we have here that we're sharing is a 25-foot roll, and that is a lot. It's a big hunk of property that, or of bubble wrap that they have. It's like an aluminum bubble wrap. And what you do with that is you basically will, you can see I've got a bunch of different screens up and I'm trying to figure all of this out. So just bear with me as we go along. What I'm really hoping I can do is bring up a screen that will, I'm totally lost. There's too many pieces of software here. Let me just start with this. How about if I just show you how Jennifer uses the bubble wrap, and we'll get an idea of how we use Reflectix in our RV. And now she just has to actually say something, right? Here we go. Let's put the microphone on.
To help keep it comfortable in here in the wintertime, Reflectix. You just get a big roll of it. Measure your window opening space. Get a pair of scissors, cut it, put it in that space, and this is wonderful for keeping the heat inside and the cold outside. You're going to love this if you do winter camping.
Okay, well, so much. All right. Well, thank you, Jennifer. But so much for the video being able to play in this software. I'm using this piece of software called Be Live, and I don't know if any of you have used that before. We're used to doing a bunch of different pieces of software, and it's not playing as well as it should. As I said, it's our first one of these. They'll only get better. I promise you, they will get better. But Reflectix is a really neat product that we really want to recommend that you guys try and pick up, because it does just a really nice job of you can cut it easily with scissors. You put it in the window, and it's amazing how much heat escapes through those windows. So we urge you to try that. It works really good. The next product that we want to show is for those of you who have those heated plumbing systems. Most of the newer RVs run their hot and cold water lines just underneath the floor, but with they're kind of in a covered space. They're not exposed to the elements at the bottom, and the heat ducts from your RV heater keep them warm. And many of them, the newer ones, also have heated freshwater tanks, so you can use freshwater tanks. But if that's the case for you, where you have to watch out is from the outdoor spigot to the RV. And that's the part that you want to be careful of, because the hose from the spigot to the RV, that will easily freeze unless you use something like this Camco 25-foot heated drinking water that we suggest. This does a really nice job of keeping things warm. And how do you attach the Reflectix to the windows? Carol asks. That's a really good question, and it's very simple. Some people will put a little bit of duct tape on it and hold it in place. But normally, if you just cut it to the size of that window and push it up against it, maybe cut it, a half-inch big on each end, it will hold all by itself. Because you'll probably want to bring those down you won't want to leave those up all the time. You just want them up there at night or when it's particularly cold. But just cut the Reflectix and push it against the window. It'll hold. And if you're not sure, put a little bit of tape on it. Do some masking tape, something that won't pull any paint off the trim around your RV windows. But usually we just cut it and push it up against it. And it does a really good job of keeping that all going. So I'm hoping that you see this Camco heated drinking water hose. Now, it's a pretty good product because it basically will keep that from freezing on you. you will not have this thing freeze on you. And that's where it's most vulnerable, from the spigot to the RV. And this heating stuff, obviously you have to be at an electrical hookup, either at a pedestal or have power in your RV that you can plug that one end of that heating cord through. But that's a really good little product that we have used many times before. Here's another simple little thing that I want to show. This is the swivel head snow brush, and it's a really great little product that does a nice job. Why do I want to recommend that? Because if you're going to go up and camp in the wintertime, you're going to get snow if you're in a cold climate. And if you have a slide on your RV, you don't want that snow piling up on the top of the slide, because that extra weight, if it's a lot of snow, can kind of make the slide mechanism get kind of weird. And so we love this. This is 60 inches. It's got a little swivel head on it, and you can actually get up and brush the snow off the slide before you run them in. Now that's assuming you're going to get a lot of snow. You don't have to do it for an inch or two of snow, although I always do before I bring the slides in. I get all that snow out so it doesn't get, and if there's a bunch as the slide comes in, it could ice up, and you don't want that to happen. So we really recommend it. 60 inches is you can get to it pretty easily, and it will go well. So Carol, thank you for that question. I appreciate your question a lot. And other people, you're welcome to ask questions. Well, just post them in the background there. Now, the next one I want to show you is this oscillating heater. We have used this ourselves many times, and here's just a quick look at it, how I used it in our Class C motorhome. It's really cold. We bring a little ceramic heater. This one is from Lasco. We have had it for years. It takes a pretty good hunk of power, about 1,500 watts, but we have enough. We have a 2,000 watt inverter, so it will handle it. And when we want to really take the cold off, if it's going to be a very bitter cold night, like in the teens or single digits or below zero, we'll turn this on, and it will just give us a little edge of heat. All right, so that is the Lasco. Here's ours. This is the one that I just showed you. We've actually had this for, I bet, 5 years now. And in fact, it's a little beat up. You can see a couple of times I've dropped it on the floor. And we keep it in the RV, and some of it scratched, but it's great. There's a little switch on the top here that you can push, and if you have that in, it will oscillate or go back and forth and send that warm air both ways. If you want it just to go one way, just push that switch out. It's got different levels of how hot it gets or how fast the fan runs, and then this controls the heat on it. Now, you again would want to be plugged into electric at a campground when you're going to run this. It does take, I think, 1,500 watts, but that will be fine if you're plugged into electricity, and you won't have any problems at all. And I urge you to give it a try, because it really does a nice job, and we have been very happy with this thing. So that is the Lasco oscillating heater, and sometimes I don't even have to run my heater. I just, if it's if it's getting down in the 40s at night, I might just plug this in instead of using propane in my RV window or my RV, and it does a really good job. All right, the next thing I want to show you is this. Where is it? What did I do with it? Okay, I got to find it here. Well, I'll be darned. I had it a moment ago. Oh, here it is. Across the floor. This is a really cool product. This is an emergency weather radio from Midland. Now, my only criticism is it does not jump off, and it doesn't turn on automatically with an alert, but it will give you a weather alert. There's a little antenna here that works up and turns all around. You can see how that is. It's a pretty cool device, because it's AM, FM radio. There's the band selection there. You can tune it with these little buttons here, volume, and then of course right there is a constant weather connection, and that's what you would plug in if you're really curious what the weather's going to be. You don't want to get stuck in bad weather. There's a couple of other things. See this right here? This is actually a solar charger. And the charger is, just leave it in the sun. What we'll do sometimes is we'll just put this in the window of the dashboard of the motorhome, or we'll put it on a picnic table outside and get some sun, and it will help charge the battery. There is a flashlight here on it as well that does pretty good. And you can mess around with the settings on this flashlight. It'll even send SOS in Morse code if you want it. But this is a really handy little device. And I think everybody should have it all year round. And the nice thing about it is that it is a crank up window. You basically, or crank up radio. You can charge the battery if the solar doesn't work it, or if you're really out of power. Just use this crank, and this will give you enough juice to listen to the radio and be able to get a weather forecast. It's very small; it'll fit easily, and it's a great addition for any RV. We really do recommend it. Let me just go through a couple of other quick things that have to do with possible emergencies. This is a survival car kit that I really like. Yeah, it is H&M Life. It is a great solar charging radio. This solar charging thing, it really does a nice job. This survival kit. This has got jumper cables in it. It's got all the hardware gear that you might need to have if you have a breakdown on the road. You can click that link and you can go and find it. Anything you like, by the way, click the link, put it in your shopping cart, and then you can come back and follow along with it. But this is just some basic car survival things for a breakdown for yourself, or maybe you find somebody on the road that you want to help, and we recommend that. This is a very cool piece of emergency gear also that we recommend. These guys have been great sponsors. They've actually given us some of these, and we've given them away at some of our gatherings during the year. This is an 11-piece set. If you have a breakdown on the road, these are there are flares that will warn people where you are, and flashing lights. And it's just something that every RV, winter or summer, should have. You should always carry something if you do have a breakdown, so you can put stuff behind you and let oncoming traffic know. I want to go to, I talked about snow, and people say why. I want to show you this. And the reason I put this snow shovel up is it has 25% off, actually. And that's a great price for it. This is a full-size snow shovel. It will fit. You'd probably want to put this in the back of your pickup truck, or if you have pass-through storage in a fifth wheel. It might be too big to bring in a smaller RV, but a snow shovel is always good to have. If you get stuck in an unexpected big snowstorm. If you're looking for something a little bit smaller, we like this. There's a folding one that you can get. Rhino makes a really nice little folding one. This is handy too in the summertime. If you're boondocking someplace and you get stuck in sand, this little folding shovel can make a big difference in how fast it takes for you to pull out of being stuck. Nice thing to have. I'm going through some of these really quick, and then I'll show you some of my other favorite ones. This is next thing up is flashlights. You got to have flashlights. This is just a great buy on flashlights. You can get, and the reason I put it up here is like 50% off right now, which is a really good price. This is two Victupper LED flashlights. They do a really nice job. You can't have too many flashlights. We keep a couple, 3 in the RV as well, and some in the car. This is 2 of them. They're high. They're very bright LED lights, and the price is really phenomenal. It's like I say, it's half off right now. Now I want to show you a couple of things that we do. We do a lot of stuff when we're out RVing. We love to hike. We like to snowshoe, but we're not in the RV all the time. We move around. Sometimes we move around at our own peril. And so I want to show you these. These are, this is these are snow grippers, and basically you put your boot in the front of them here, and you bring this around the back, and it comes across the back of your boot. And there are little cleats here, you can see, so that you can walk on ice and snow and not fall. We take Bo to the dog park a lot in the wintertime, and sometimes those dog parks get really run down fast with a lot of dogs, and snow turns to ice and it gets really treacherous. And we just put these on our hiking boots and our snow boots, our hiking boots, and the extra traction that these little tiny, they're not big, they're just little tiny cleats, but it really makes it easy to walk. And they're extremely inexpensive. And I'd order a couple, I'd order 2 pairs. I've ordered the XLs for my boots. I have a size 10, 11 boot, I think. And Jennifer is a little smaller. She has a large, but they stretch on, they last. I've had these. These are kind of dirty, actually, but I've had these for 3 or 4 years, and we use them almost daily in the wintertime when we're out camping and wandering around. So give that a try if you like. It works good. Some of the other stuff that we use all the time when we're out there, and I want to show you, and this is hot hands. These are, you've seen these before. These are hand warmers. You pull this out. I'm not going to open it because I want to use it. This actually has 2 of them here, one here and one here. You got to rip it apart, and you just shake this little packet that's in there and put that inside your gloves. And these hot hands will keep your hands amazingly warm for at least an hour, maybe longer. They also have hot feet and hot hands foot warmers, and these do the same thing. There's a little sticky piece in there, and you put those in the bottom of your boot, and they keep your feet warm. We really like these, and we buy them by the box. And this is the kind of thing that you should have. You should keep some in your various vehicles, and of course in your RV if you're going outside. Now, if you really want to try some other stuff, try heated gloves. We've had many different pairs. This is a pair that's not that bad. It's not that costly, and they're battery powered. We find that the battery ones operate, an hour and a half or so, and then they start to lose their effectiveness. But if you're going for a hike, it's really nice. Actually, you could probably get a couple hours out of them. They start to, they're usually, they have a little adjustment in how hot you want them, but they're great. And similarly, there is also heated socks that you can pick up. So try those. Those will really help you as you are out in the wintertime. We find that the hot hands work great, but Jennifer has a condition called Raynaud's, where her fingers and feet get very cold, and so sometimes she'll use the hot hands, and then she'll use the heated socks and the heated gloves. All right, now what happens with all the pests that you might encounter out there? Because you may have a nice warm RV, but somebody that wants in on that is our mice. And we've had issues with mice in our fifth wheel and in our Class C motorhome. And I have found over the years a couple of things that we use to keep the mice away. And the first one is Grandpa Gus's mouse repellent pouches. Now, this smells like kind of like a cinnamon peppermint smell. There's actually pouches in here, and I can smell it through the bag. It's a pleasant smell, but mice hate it. So we take these little pouches out, and we will put them all around our RV. We'll put them underneath the sink. We'll put them in some of the storage compartments, any place we think mice could get in. And of course, mice leave little tiny bits of evidence if they're in your unit, and you can see where they come in. Put these on. It really does help get rid of them. You can also pick up spray bottles and spray this stuff, but we find these pouches are neater and cleaner, and they really do a nice job of keeping rodents out of the RV. So I urge you to try those. You get, I think, 10 of them with that pack that we have highlighted there for you. Here's another thing. It's got a special price on it. These are ultrasonic pest repellers. Now, again, you need electricity in your RV to have these work. But this is, you get a 3-pack of these things, and they do a pretty surprisingly powerful job of keeping mice away. There is an ultrasonic noise in there. You plug these in. Now, just as a caution, I don't leave these in when we're camping in the RV, because we camp with, I don't hear them, and Jennifer doesn't hear them, but Bo would hear them, an animal would hear them. So we only plug these in when we're out of the RV. And I think that they do a really good job, because it drives pests out. They just can't stand that noise. So we always have our RVs plugged in when we're at home, and we put a couple, 3 of these in each of our RVs, along with Uncle Gus's stuff. And it helps in the wintertime, because the mice will come in. They always find a way. They don't need much of a room at all to get it. All right. So those are the items that I had. Now, I'm sorry, because I did want to actually pull up and click on and bring up in full screen all of those products, but you can see them if you're watching our Amazon Live below. You can see them all there, and click on them. And now we are Amazon affiliate. Obviously, we get a tiny little commission. It doesn't cost you anymore. But we wanted to do this. We just had a big story on our RV Lifestyle blog about that, and about winter camping. And it occurred to me that we didn't make it as clear as possible that the products that we featured in that are all things that we use. And we hope that you guys also use these things and try them. There are some other stuff. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to post them there. I see Simone says something we just did a couple minutes ago was her favorite. I didn't see which one that was, Simone, but thank you for your comments. Thanks to H&M Life. I did have everybody on here, and I don't know what happened to all my people. I was seeing all of the comments that were coming, and it stopped with this software that I'm using. So this is the first one of these I've done since we decided we're going to try some stuff with Amazon Live, and I hope to do several of them. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. Did this work out okay? Was it helpful? Did you see enough things? I know that on Amazon Live below it, each of the products, you could see them, and you could click that link, and I hope you guys all did that. So I've got to figure out this software a little bit. This is, again, I'm using Be Live to go to the Amazon Live. You can do Amazon Live right through your, you have to actually go through an iOS device, either an iPhone or an iPad. But there's about 5 pieces of software and 4 monitors here. And the problem I had, for those of you who've done this before, and you can send me a note and let me know what I'm doing wrong. But when in Chrome, when I can show you the screen I'm using, and it will work great. But when I click on the screen to one of the links to bring it up and walk you through it and talk, it sets it in a new tab, and it stays on the old tab for what's transmitting in the live stream. So I gotta figure that out. But I think we'll have fun with it. These are really fun. I love doing live stuff like this. We'll have to figure out what is the best time and what works best with all of you guys. But I appreciate your watching us this afternoon. I hope you have a great weekend. We will be on YouTube and on Facebook on Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, with Ask Us Anything, where you can ask us any questions. And my hope is that Jennifer will be able to join me. She's getting better a little bit every day. And then, of course, our podcast next week, she'll be with us. I had to do the podcast alone this week, and it was a bit of a strange thing. So do us a favor, please follow us on Amazon Live if you're there, and be kind to me, because this was the first one of these I have done. And just as I started to go I found that technology issue with the different tabs. So we may try another couple pieces of software and see if that works a little bit better. But they're fun to do. And we've got, over the years, we have bought so many pieces of property. I know a lot of people have asked me to do how we do live streaming and what our studio is like here, and a tour of the equipment that we use. And we'll probably do one of those. We're working on a big one of these coming up on our gift guide, our RV and camping gift guide that we do every year around Black Friday. So you can get some special prices there. Thank you guys so much for being a part of all of this with us. And we hope that you will join us again the next time we do one of these, and we'll hope that it comes together. Now here's all the comments. Let me hit some of these comments, and I will come back and go from here. A lot of you. Okay, somebody's putting some of the links on here for all of these, and that's. I guess I was going to say, Mark, we didn't see the snow shovel. It's on there someplace, Mark. Just look beneath me. I think I have 2 of them. Gilles Baghdad, thank you for everything. Well, thank you, Gilles. I think it is. Am I pronouncing that right? And Mark says he did find the link for the snow shovel. I think I can actually show that. So let's see. Yes, look at that. Well, where was it? Maybe not. Saw the link for the snow shovel. Thanks. Did that work? Did that come out there? I think that came out on there it is. It is there. So Jessica Christopher, what does Jessica say? She said, Jennifer should try heated motorcycle gloves. They work better than most. Well, look at you, Jessica, on a motorcycle there. Yes, I think I will tell her that. That's good. And then Carol Hahn asked about those Grandpa Gus's rodent packs that we use. Does Bo stay away from them? No, Bo just sort of ignores it. I don't think it bothers him. It's not really anything that she likes. Mike is asking if we could post the links in the comments section, and I think that the difference is some of you are watching us on YouTube and the links aren't there. So that's probably why. But here's the thing. If you go over to our Amazon and follow that link that we've shared, how you found us. If you go over to Amazon, all of these links and all these products are right below us in the Amazon Live thing. Just look for our live streams under Amazon, and you'll be able to find them. And they're all right there. Lots of you wishing a speedy recovery to Jennifer. But the point of all this is that you would go to Amazon Live and follow those links. Some of them have special prices, and I don't know if we just paste these links that it would work. So you really need to go to Amazon Live and find us. And if you do me a favor and follow us there, when you get there, you can follow us, and you'll know when we're going to do these Amazon Live things, and they'll all be there. So best place is Amazon Live, and because the links are all right underneath the video, and there will be a recording on this video constantly. That stays up, and you can look at this one. I did one the other night just from my iPhone on books and maps that I recommend for RVers, and you can find that one as well. So it's all good. So the point is not that you watch us on YouTube. We'd love to get your attention on YouTube and on Facebook, and to send you from there to the Amazon Live page, because that's where these will live forever. And all of the links are there underneath it. It's so much more convenient than having to lift and paste stuff. So we won't be necessarily doing these on YouTube anymore, but we will always on Amazon Live. So head over there to Amazon Live. Chris C is a new follower. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Anybody else who can go over there and follow us. We need to get some time done on Amazon, and then they actually will show these more often. I'm going to hunt down and find some people who are a little more familiar with the software interface that Amazon wants, and we will figure out how to be able to show you more of the products in the products description that we've talked about. But I think it all worked kinda today, and it's kind of fun to see the comments on there. So I'm looking at any questions that I might have missed. Let's see. Mark Eldridge asks about any suggestions. He's going to be in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee in December, and he wants to know, he doesn't have a heated underbelly for his the plumbing system. Well, Mark, Pigeon Forge in December is going to get below freezing at night. It's supposed to be a warm winter. If the temperature is just 32 or even 28 to 32, and you're running heat in the RV, you should be okay. You shouldn't freeze, because during the day it will be obviously over freezing and it will get warmer. But if you're going to be in cold climates, it's going to get much colder than that, and it is below freezing for prolonged periods of time, cold enough to freeze groundwater, like a little puddle in water, then your RV pipes will freeze, and that means you want to have that RV winterized. So the rest of it, if you follow those instructions, go right back to the very first link we showed, which was for Reflectex. That's the first thing I would recommend. Put that on your windows at night, and it will help you stay very warm. And I think you'll be very pleased. All right, guys, that's the end of this stream. We are going to end the live stream, and I'll go back and look at it and see if I can figure out what we did wrong. But it was fun seeing you out there. Everybody have a great weekend. See you Sunday night on YouTube and on Facebook and on LinkedIn and on all the other platforms for Ask Us Anything. And we'll be back with another one of these. I'm going to practice a few more of them, so don't be surprised if another one comes over the weekend. See y'all later. Bye.